He's been a crime fighter with a catchy theme song. In the aftermath of a plane crash, he's been lost on an island. And he's played royalty on Broadway. And now accomplished stage, screen, and TV actor Daniel Dae Kim is back in the play Yellowface. It's a comedy inspired by real events in the life of its playwright, Tony Award winner David Henry Hwang.
I play a character whose initials are DHH. Yeah, and it's coincidental somehow that the playwright's initials are also DHH. So I play a version of David Henry Hwang.
Hwang is a 3-time Obie Award winner, a 3-time Pulitzer Prize finalist for drama, and a Tony Award winner for M. Butterfly. David's one of our most celebrated Asian American playwrights. A true genius of the theater.
He's so humble about his own stature and the way he approaches the work that if you didn't know, his body of work and how accomplished he is, he would never be the one to tell you. It's a real honor to work on a show of his.
Song played on a solo saxophone, a crazy sound, a lonely sound.
The play opens with the real-life event of Miss Saigon coming to Broadway. And David Henry Hwang was at the vanguard of the protests against the casting of a white actor in an Asian role. This was back before it was trendy to talk about diversity and inclusion. And David spoke up before there was a movement. It's not easy to be the tip of the spear.
Pop the champagne. It's time we all entertain my American dream.
Jonathan Pryce was playing a Eurasian pimp called the Engineer, and they announced that Jonathan Pryce would also be playing this role on Broadway. And this led to probably the first big yellow-face protests in New York theater history, where the Asian actors organized, and Equity, the Actors Union, for a time barred Jonathan Pryce from doing the part. I happened to be the person who wrote the letter to Equity objecting to Pryce's casting.
Actors Equity later reversed its decision amid public pressure and a threat by Miss Saigon's producer Cameron Mackintosh to cancel the production. Jonathan Pryce went on to win a Tony for the role.
Cameron Mackintosh, who was the producer of Miss Saigon, was one of the people responsible for reviving Broadway in that time. Les Mis, Phantom, Miss Saigon. These were huge shows. There was a history of white people taping their eyelids and putting on Yellowface. To see that that battle had been lost also affected me, because it told me where Asian Americans stood in society, and that our stories were not going to be able to be told by people who look authentically like me.
Did you ever end up seeing Miss Saigon?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I've seen Miss Saigon a few times. Okay. It was a little awkward back then when I saw it for the first time after having been part of the protest, but yes.
Yellowface debuted in Los Angeles in 2007 and later opened at the Public Theater off-Broadway. The show is a comedy focused on the complexities of race. It's inspired by the Miss Saigon controversy. The show's main character, DHH, is a playwright protesting the casting of a white actor in an Asian role, while mistakenly making the very same casting choice in his show. Yellowface is directed by another Obie Award winner, Lee Silverman. What is this collaboration like, the Lee-David collaboration?
It's been heaven. I mean, this is the show that David and I met on. I read the first draft of Yellowface in 2006. Being a collaborator with David is, for me, the reason why I want to keep doing theater, because you get to work and mind meld with, icons if you're really lucky. And I think what Daniel brings, aside from his incredible talent and his energy and his dedication to David and this piece and Broadway and the community, is this activism piece, because the show is so much about what it is to be an activist, to be a role model. I mean, the show grapples with all kinds of things that I think Daniel really can wrap his arms around. And what I really love about him in this part is he gets to be really funny, and he gets to like make fun of himself. And I think this is a side of Daniel Day Kim that people are gonna fall in love with.
Growing up in America in a small town where there weren't a lot of people who looked like me, and facing the misperceptions and misunderstandings that arise because of the way I look. Now, everyone in our industry is defined by their appearance, you know, in terms of the type of roles they get to do. But, you know, to be relegated because there are perceptions around the way you look based on race or religion or who you love, these kinds of things, I think we as a society need to get over.
I've been fortunate to have a long career in the theater and been one of many people advocating for changes in the culture, changes in the theater, changes on Broadway. Some of those changes have happened, not all of them, but we are far enough along that this play can be on Broadway, can be mainstream, can make audiences of all sorts laugh. And it's very gratifying to be, you know, sort of part of that change.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest news and weather updates every 10 minutes and more. We'll see you then.